Good evening and a very warm welcome to Radio and Television Tonga news package for the hour. Making headlines, Infrastructure Minister denies fake news about the government's loan money being used for road maintenance operations. Her Royal Highness Princess Pilolevutuita launches Ping Toba this morning, and the first cruise ships since the border closure arrives this morning at Tavuna Wharf. We'll have these and more stories later on in the bulletin, including the latest sports news, to be wrapped up by your latest with update for the hour. Now, I'm Vafonoto Bola with the stories in detail. The Honourable Minister for Infrastructure, 17 Mo'oa, denied fake news about the government's loan money being used for government maintenance operation. He pointed out that the road maintenance is funded by the World Bank and aid money from foreign countries. Mark Aki takes up that story.
In an interview with the Infrastructure Minister, Honourable 17 Mo'oa, he said the subject has widely circulated and is misleading many people in the kingdom. Mo'oa elaborated that the previous government had a loan for the road maintenance operation, and the current government is trying to pay back this loan. He added that the government had a road maintenance project, and the previous government negotiated with 3 companies to carry out the operations, which the current government had no involvement in. The Ministry of Infrastructure is expected to make the repairs early because further negligence will lead to failure. He estimated that about 400 kilometers of roads in Tonga need to be repaired, and that today's government's road maintenance aims to preserve the road in its originally constructed condition, protect adjacent resources, ensure user safety, provide efficient and convenient travel along the routes. Many roads in Nuku'alofa have begun to break down, like the Salote Road to Tupolahi Road, the Bypass Road, including Tongatapu Road to Popua, as well as the Nuku'alofa Road in Kolmatua, and many roads are expected to be repaired soon.
Today marked the beginning of Ping Toba in Tonga, the month of October dedicated to raising awareness of breast cancer, with the theme of awareness is power, every ribbon makes a difference. Her Royal Highness Princess Pilolevutuita was the guest of honor in today's program. The Health Director Dr. Siale Akauola says breast cancer is a major global health problem.
According to the World Health Organization data, in 2020, there were 2.3 million new cases of breast cancer diagnosed globally, and 685,000 people died of breast cancer during the same year. At the same time, there were 7.8 million people who were living with breast cancer.
Meanwhile, the president of the Tonga Breast Cancer Society, Honourable Frederica Fatafehio-Lapaha, says it has been a challenging time for everyone as heightened awareness of breast cancer has led to more women discovering that they suffer from the disease. However, it was difficult for women seeking treatment overseas with border closures.
Due to this and many other challenges, your Breast Cancer Society has set its sights on working towards different tasks, which include the purchase of a new mammogram machine. We remain focused on our main task of raising awareness and offering what support we can to survivors and their families.
The Tonga Breast Cancer Society has set up different programs to commemorate this special month dedicated to those who have survived and are currently battling breast cancer in Tonga. The tourism sector and private businesses are delighted with the opening of Tonga's border for international flights and cruise ships after the border were closed for almost 3 years due to the pandemic. The first cruise ship since the borders reopened arrived this morning at Tavuna Wharf, a good start to the tourism sector and related stakeholders' efforts of recovering from the income crisis since the pandemic in January. entrepreneurs Malia Lelinoa and Ma'okakala were at the wharf this morning to await the cruise ship, and they told radio and television Tonga News that handicrafts have been the source of income for their families and they were severely affected by the border closure. Now with the borders opened and the cruise ship, they are motivated to continue on with their work despite the challenges they may face. Meanwhile, the cruise ship that arrived this morning, Paul Koken, used to frequently visit Tonga in the past years. The Secretary of the Cruise Ship Committee of the Ministry of Tourism, Anaseni Panuapangai, during a televised program says Paul Koken arrived with 511 passengers, consisting of 298 tourists and 213 crew. Meanwhile, other cruise ships will arrive in Tonga next week on the 12th and 14th of October at the Vuna Wharf, and another ship on the 15th to Vava'o. The Ministry of Tourism hopes that the arrival of the tourist will boost the economic recovery of the tourism business sector in Tonga following the COVID-19 crisis and the Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai volcanic eruption. The foreign trade statistics for the first quarter of 2022 recorded a trade deficit of 110.4 pa'anga. The deficit was the result of a decline in imports with 115.9 million pa'anga over export. In a press release from the Statistics Department, when compared with the trade deficit of 125.9 million pa'anga from the fourth quarter of 2021, find a decrease with 15.4 million pa'anga. Mark Aki has more on that story.
The largest in imports was the minerals products with 20.8 million pa'anga, and second was the prepared foodstuff, beverages, spirits, and tobacco with 18.3 million pa'anga, and the third was the live animals and animal products with 17.8 million pa'anga, as well as machinery and electrical appliances with 13.3 million pa'anga. The largest in exports reported the vegetables products as the highest with 4.1 million pa'anga, and the second was live animals with 0.7 million pa'anga, followed by the wood, articles and plating material with 0.2 million pa'anga. The principal domestic exports for the quarter was root crops, which accounted for 29.3% of total domestic exports, followed by Tongan kava at 24.3% and fish with 12.2%. According to the Statistics Department, imports for quarter of March 2022 were mainly from New Zealand with 30.4 million pa'anga, China with 18.6 million pa'anga, Singapore with 17.7 million pa'anga, and the United States with 13.4 million pa'anga. The exports of goods from Tonga to overseas were mainly to New Zealand with 2.6 million pa'anga, the USA with 1.8 million pa'anga, followed by Australia with 0.3 million pa'anga, and Taiwan with 0.2 million pa'anga. The Statistics Department has been compiled from import, export, and re-export entries submitted by importers and exporters or the authorized agents to the Customs Division as required by the Customs Act and regulations.
And the United States government has announced $810 million in new funding for Pacific Islands at a summit of the Pacific Islands leaders with President Joe Biden. The White House said $600 million will be in the form of a 10-year package to clean up and develop dirty waters to support the tuna industry, while the United States will also expand climate and development aid and its diplomatic presence. The United States President Joe Biden later on Thursday addressed the first ever Washington Summit on Pacific Islands nation, including 12 heads of states or government, in hopes of using a personal touch to reconnect with a region that has been tied closely to the United States since World War II. Meanwhile, launching of a new strategy for engagement, Biden also designated a veteran U.S. ambassador in the region, Frankie Reed, as the first ever U.S. envoy to the Pacific Islands Forum. The United States earlier announced the restoration of an embassy in the Solomon Islands amid the heavy presence of China, and the White House also said that U.S. embassies would also open in Tonga and the Kiri Pass. The United States Agency for International Development will open a Pacific regional mission in Fiji by September 2023, and Peace Corps volunteers will return to Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, and Vanuatu, and possibly the Solomon Islands. While many Pacific leaders have welcomed the U.S. engagement, the Solomon Islands Prime Minister Manasseh Sogavare has warned against competition amongst major powers and told the United Nations last week he was being vilified for a security pact with China. That is the latest from local scenes with Tonga Development Bank. Sport is up next with Mark Ake, proudly sponsored by Pacific Timber and Hardware.
To Rugby League, the Tonga's 24-man squad for this month's Rugby League World Cup in England has been announced. The chair of the Tonga's temporary board, who is the Minister of Internal Affairs, Lord Vaya, announced the team during a press conference this morning. The team's co-captains are Jason Taumalolo and Siosiwa Tauke'aho. The rest of the team includes Talatau Amone, David Fifita, Erin Fonua Blake, Moyaki Fotuaika, Siliva Havili, Will Hopoate, Conrad Harrell, Sione Ka'atoa, Isaiah Ka'atoa, Felice Kaufusi, Kion Kolomatangi, Tolu Ta'ukoula, Tuimoala Lolohea, Sonny Luke, Ben Murdoch Masila, Desi Niu, Haumole Olakau'atu, Will Pensini, Moses Suli, Siosifa Talakai, Devita Tatola, and David Tupou. The team touched down at the Heathrow Airport in London last night, where they were warmly welcomed by Tongan supporters. The team's initial flight to England was cancelled last Friday afternoon. Tongan staff and players that were not involved in Sunday's NRL Grand Final were due to fly out ahead of their warm-up match against France before the flight was cancelled. Fortunately, officials were able to find a new flight to ensure their arrival yesterday. The team will be joined by Will Pensini and Sonny Luke later this week. Meanwhile, centre Kotoni Staggs has been ruled out of the tournament through injury. Staggs' injury adds to Taumalolo's unavailability due to suspension and Tevita Pangai Jr. and Stefano Utoikamano's withdrawal to focus on their respective teams' preseason. Taumalolo will sit out this week's match against France, the opener against Papua New Guinea, the second match against Wales, and will be free to play against the Cook Islands. Meanwhile, Oregon Kaufusi, who was named in the Tonga 38-man squad, has been called up by the Toa Samoa. Toa Samoa have named a formidable pack with the likes of Jerome Luai, Joseph Suali'i, Brian To'o, Josh Papali'i, Tabwai Fido, and many big names. However, Tonga will face France in a warm-up match this weekend. To Rugby Union, two Up4O College ex-students and current All Blacks, Shannon Frizzell and Ufatu'unga Fasi, visited their old school last week. The two donated 2 signed All Blacks jerseys to the school as well as rugby gear and offered words of advice and encouragement to the students. During their visit, the two old boys announced that Up4O College now has 3 current All Blacks, the biggest number by any school in Tonga and the Pacific, and also in New Zealand. These 3 are Frizzell, Tungafasi, and Fulau Fakatava. Frizzell also got the honor to badge a few prefects during the school's prefect induction ceremony last week. Ofa Tungafasi's father is Mofwike Tungafasi, a former military officer in charge of the mechanical engineering and electrical workshop of His Majesty's Armed Forces. As such, Ofa Tungafasi, together with Frizzell, visited the Taliai military camp where he grew up for 10 years before migrating to New Zealand. They were greeted and welcomed by the manager on behalf of the Chief of Defence, staff officers, all men and women of His Majesty's Armed Forces. Ofa said that the purpose of their visit is to present rugby training gears to His Majesty's Armed Forces female rugby team, because he told his father he saw someone on social media present training gears to the female team of His Majesty's Armed Forces during the preparation to participate at the International Defence Rugby Championship, or IDRC, which will be held in New Zealand this month. Ofa also said that his father was aware that he would donate training gears to the Up4O Marist and reminded him to also donate gear to His Majesty's Armed Forces female rugby team. The duo weren't the only rugby celebrities in Tonga last week. In fact, All Blacks hooker Samson Tauke'aho is understood to have visited on vacation, as well as the Wallabies' Tongan Thor Daniela Tupou. And Tonga has won 3 bronze medals at the Oceania Taekwondo Championship. Team Tonga is currently in Tahiti for the tournament and are already making their mark. In day 2 of the competition, 3 athletes won bronze for Tonga. Pauline Lolohea won bronze in the 67 kg female division. Angel Sitapa won bronze in the 57 kg female division, and Uhilalangi won bronze in the male's 68 kg division. The Tonga National Taekwondo Association has said that qualifying to the championship was already an achievement, but now winning a medal is a fantastic achievement. The team has been training in Tahiti with a few athletes from Team New Zealand and Team Samoa. Radio and Television Tonga Sports will continue to follow up on the team's efforts in this tournament.
Now the latest weather bulletin issued from one of the staff of the Tonga Meteorological Services from Fuamotu.
Good evening. Your weather bulletin situation: an east to northeasterly wind flow prevails over Tonga. Forecast for tomorrow for the New West: mainly fine apart from cloudy periods with possible scattered showers. Light to moderate easterly winds and fresh at times. For Vava'u Hapai Tongatapu Ewa, cloudy periods with scattered showers. Light to moderate east to northeast winds and fresh at times. Marine weather bulletin: for the New West and Vava'u coastal waters, moderate seas up to 2.5 meters, east to northeast winds of 15 knots, rising up to 20 knots at times. For Hapai Tongatapu Ewa, Teleki Tonga and Teleki Tokelau coastal waters, moderate seas up to 2 meters, east to northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, rising up to 20 knots at times. High tide at 25 minutes to 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, low tide at 5 minutes past 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Sunrise tomorrow at 20 minutes past 6 a.m. and moon will set at around 10 minutes to 2 a.m. midnight tonight. 6 days forecast for Nuku'alofa. Light and variable winds for Wednesday and Thursday, becoming strong to gale winds from Friday to Monday next week. Mostly cloudy with showers of rain for Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Maximum temperature 25 to 28, minimum 23 to 21, relative humidity ranging from 85 to 95%.
And that wraps up this evening's news package, but before we part, here's one final look at today's top stories. Infrastructure Minister denies fake news about the government's loan money being used for road maintenance operations. Her Royal Highness Princess Bilolevu Tuita launches being Toba this morning, and the first cruise ship since the border closure arrives this morning at the Wuna Wharf. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Wahifunato Pola. Good evening.